Okay, so it's finally here. Godzilla vs. the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2, Issue 4. No, I did not forget about this issue dropping this week. A lot of people were assuming I did forget, and they were asking where the review was, which is really nice. I'm glad you guys are concerned where my Godzilla vs. Power Ranger reviews are, because you guys really enjoy watching those reviews, I will say that. You guys get a kick out of them. But I didn't forget. It's just certain other comics releasing that day took more priority over the one I'm talking about now. Because, you know, we had MMPR 122 dropping, we also had a bunch of Marvel and DC stuff dropping that I don't cover on the channel, but I read on the side. But not only that, we also had the debut of the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic reboot that I'm going to be covering on the channel, because that is coming to the channel very soon. Keep an eye on that. But Godzilla vs. MMPR 2 Issue 4. I really enjoyed this issue. I think this comic miniseries is going to work better in trade back form, if I want to be honest, because this comic has been kind of a slog to read monthly. It's been really cool, really fun. I really do enjoy it. But I feel like this series, like the previous one, it works better when you read it, when you binge read it or you read it in trade back form, because it flows together much easily or much more nicely. Because, like, although I'm enjoying this comic, I feel like it works better when you read it, like when you binge read it. But last month's issue, we saw the debut of the Power Rangers morphing into the Kaiju Rangers, and this issue we see more of those powers on display here. Now, the Kaiju Rangers designs, I really do enjoy. I get a kick out of it. They're a fusion between like Kaijus and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, or Kaiju and Power Rangers. So if there ever was like a Sentai or a Power Rangers Kaiju-based team, we kind of have an idea what it would look like in a way. And like I said, I feel like the design for these suits are really freaking sweet, and seeing them in action look really freaking sweet as well. I mean, the vibes I'm getting is kind of like a mix between the 2017 suits, but they've got that kaiju feel to them, if you know what I mean. But they look really freaking sweet. So the whole premise of this issue is the Rangers trying out their new powers. They're sort of mollywhopping all the bad guys, they're kicking their asses, and then meanwhile up in the space station you've got White Ranger Tommy, well, I say Tommy, the White Ranger, and Jet Jaguar doing their own thing on their secret mission, and they're trying to sort of do the rescue mission, and they discover all the power coins from all the different multiverses. Now, the whole big cliffhanger of this month's issue is seeing the Kaiju Megazords make their debut, which will probably be in the thumbnail, and if this isn't a heavily edited video, that will probably be like the main video that you're going to be, or the main image you're going to be staring at throughout this video, so feel free to tab out. This is just me rambling at this point for this video. But like I said, this issue was just mostly a big fight scene between the Rangers and the Kaijus and the monsters and stuff like that. And then the big sort of the oh shit moment in this issue was, well, there was kind of some pretty good oh shit moments that were pretty cool. One of them was Jet Jaguar going up against Goldar. I say Jaguar. Jaguar? Okay. It's been a long day at work. I've been talking at work all day. But Jet Jaguar versus Goldar was pretty cool. Like, it looks like that Jet Jaguar is going to freaking kick Goldar's ass. But then Goldar just freaking grabs him by the head and slams him into the ground, which was pretty freaking brutal. But then we get to see Tommy come in with his Godzilla powers, his Green Ranger Godzilla powers. He comes in there and he just does a freaking atomic breath blast on freaking Goldar, and it's really freaking cool. Really cool moment. I like how he does it as well. I believe it comes from like the visor, I believe, because the visor starts glowing and it shoots out from there, so that's pretty freaking cool. But I want to talk about the Kaiju Megazords and their designs, because their designs look pretty freaking sweet. They were kind of spoiled and teased all the way back when this comic launched a couple of months ago, because there was that foil cover that IDW put out on their website as a pre-order, like the week after issue 1 dropped, and it was like the big spoiler thing. That's how we saw like Godzilla fusing with the Dragon Zord and stuff like that, and in the background was the Kaiju Megazord, which we had no context how we would get that, but here we are. But I want to go over the Kaiju Rangers and their brand new Zords and their what Kaiju represents the Rangers. So a lot of fans quickly figured it out from the image that first dropped all those months ago when the press releases were coming out. So I'll go over it now because they do their roll call with the Zords. So you got Red Ranger Rodan, you've got Blue Ranger Angerus. I do apologize if I butchered a lot of names. You got Black Ranger King Caesar, Pink Ranger Mothra, and Yellow Ranger Baragon. And of course, Tommy Oliver is Godzilla, of course. Because, Dragon Zord based on Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, of course. But they formed the Kaiju Megazord, and the Kaiju Megazord's design overall is pretty freaking sweet. Like, it's a really cool design. I hope, which I doubt we will get it, because, toys for Power Rangers aren't looking so good right now. But maybe we can get a toy like this later down the line. I mean, the closest thing I think you're going to get is probably the Flame Toys design. Maybe they'll jump on a collab about that later down the line, but I don't know. Rip Hasbro toys from Power Rangers. But the cliffhanger is the Power Rangers forming the Kaiju Megazord, and it forms in the sky, and they say, let's go Kaiju Megazord, and we sort of see it forming, which it says to be continued, and next month is the final issue. So, like I said, Godzilla vs. Power Rangers 2 has been a fun little story. Like I said, I felt a little bit burnt out because all the spoilers happened like months before the issues even came out, which I know I'm the comics guy, I cover the spoilers, but I feel like they pulled their hat trick out too fast and they revealed all the cool stuff already, which is something they got to do because, marketing and stuff like that. But it was just me waiting to see how will we get there on the journey to see all these Kaiju Rangers and the Kaiju Megazord and Godzilla fusing with the Dragon Zord. And how we got there was pretty satisfying. I kind of wish they did more with the Rita and Astromina crossover. I feel like the writer played off them really well. Like, they were really wacky, silly, goofy, and very anime-like with their expressions. And we'll see what happens. Because apparently next month's issue is like an all-out monsters attack battle between the Power Rangers and Godzilla. So we'll see what happens there. But overall, issue 4 of Godzilla vs. MMPR was all right. I enjoyed it. Issue 4 of Godzilla vs. MMPR 2, I should say that. But overall, I enjoyed it. I got a kick out of it. We'll see where it goes, see where it ends. I'll definitely pick up the trade back for this later down the line. I did for the first one, and I'll probably add that to my collection when it comes out. And like I said, I've got all these digitally so I can easily binge read them. So like I said, binge reading this comic feels like it's better to do than reading it month to month. Because like I said, this is just one wacky adventure with action-packed crossover stuff going on. But yeah, with that said, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, and bye.